I would like to welcome everyone to TELTA and the U.S. Department of State English Language Programs continuing professional development sessions for 2022 and 2023. We will be doing a series of 10 sessions. This is session 2 with 4 groups. This is the 4th group. And we record each of these sessions so that we may take one from each session, one recording, and post it at Facebook so that people can join us and watch us from all over the world. We've had audiences from the Philippines and other parts of Asia, across Africa, and the United States as well. So we can always look forward to an exciting session with an interesting audience and group of participants. At this time, I would like to say thanks to a few people. Mr. Ayub Masuya from TELTA and our TELTA planning team, of which there are many: Irene, Kessia, Godlove, Petro. There are many. So if I forget names each week or each session, you must forgive me. It's a wonderful team, though, a team of dedicated professionals who put in a lot of work to make these sessions happen. We will be being joined today by a special guest who is also a professional. Dr. Lydia will be delivering part 2 of today's session, a wonderful presentation on managing large classrooms. And this will be particularly salient, particularly useful for this audience, because she will be talking about classroom management inside Tanzania and inside your classrooms. Whereas what I'll be talking about today is more of based on my experience and general information that I can give you about making life easier for yourselves as teachers and as classroom managers. So with that said, I'd like to get started. I would also like to thank the people at the U.S. Embassy. Again, I would be remiss if I didn't thank all the people there, the Relo and Laura Shio and the various people there who put this together for us. Without them, Mr. Masuya and I and the TELTA team could not get together and do this. I'd also like to thank all of you for joining us. All of you professionals, you're very dedicated people, you're hardworking, and I know you're taking time out of your busy schedules to meet with me for this 90 minutes every week or every other week. And so what I'd like to tell you again is, last week, I hope I left you with a couple useful things. We'll talk about those again today. We'll revisit those. And I hope today, again, leave you with at least 1 or 2 things that you could take with you that will be helpful and effective in helping manage your classrooms and in managing your own lives and making things easier for yourselves and better for yourselves. With that, I would like to share my screen at this time and bring up a presentation for all of us. And first of all, I'd like to welcome everyone back. And I'd like to ask for everyone to understand, I'll be drinking water during this presentation because I can't speak if I don't. I realize many of you are honoring Ramadan right now, and I appreciate your understanding that, and I mean no disrespect by drinking. So, but I want to welcome everyone back, including the people who are joining us at Facebook. Again, on behalf of TELTA and the U.S. Department of State, I welcome you to our continuing professional development. We're going to be talking today, at least for my part, about confident classroom management. And for me, that's comprised of 3 things. It's managing ourselves as teachers, as presenters, as someone who's going to be leading an audience, wherever it's at, either presenting or teaching, or participating in a group where we're leading the group. And we're going to talk about the first part of that, which is managing ourselves. We'll also talk about managing our venues, our rooms where we're working. And then lastly, we're going to talk about managing our audience or audiences. And with that, we're going to get a lot of help. We're going to have Dr. Lydia joining us, and her presentation focuses on the third part of this this chart that I have here, this list. So, but I want to begin with number 1. And if you recall last week when we met, or 2 weeks ago when we met, I introduced you to the concept of the 5 Ps. Proper preparation produces positive performance. And we're going to talk about those again today, because at the root of all good performance is proper preparation. There's a reverse to proper preparation produces positive performance, which is that poor preparation produces poor performance. And so we need to be aware of it. We need to take actions, and we need to audit that. and go back and look at it. And we're going to do that about ourselves, about the rooms that we teach in, and with our audiences. And so I'll try to keep my presentation brief because Dr. Lydia has a lengthy presentation that's very comprehensive and very useful. So I want to give her plenty of time to work with this audience today. So if I move quickly, you'll have to forgive me. But these slides are available at WhatsApp when we're done, and the recording will also be available at Facebook. So thank that when I was in college studying as a journalist before I became an attorney and eventually became a teacher. But I still remember it, and it still inspires me to this day. The 5 Ps inspire me also. Proper preparation, producing positive performance. I have lived my life by these principles. I am not an expert on every subject that I teach about, but what I do bring to every subject I teach about is a wealth of experience and training and education. And what I can tell you from my heart is that the best performance I've given in my life has been the result of preparing properly, has taking the time to learn about things, to get ready for things, to prepare for different scenarios or options, to get all the tools in my toolbox ready, to get myself ready, my classroom ready, my audience ready. All of these things add up. It's not an accident when things go well because you planned them, and I pride myself on that. So again, I share this with you. I'll share it with you guys almost every session. I hope that by the time we're done, that at least this one thing stays with you as you go through your careers and through your lives. And I hope you find it helpful. So the first part of my list of 3 today was managing ourselves. And there's an old expression that you'll see that I have at the bottom of the screen. We cannot lead others until we can lead ourselves. This is an expression I learned in the U.S. Army, but it's a saying that we can use in real life, whether we're on a sports team, whether we're part of a team at a university, whether we're part of a team at a training institute, whether we're a team at a company, a corporation where we're working together. We can't show others, we can't tell others how to do things till we can show them how to do them. We lead by example. And again, back to proper preparation for me is being on time. And there's no such thing as being on time. There's not early, on time, and late. There's early and late. On time is a fantasy land. So if you're not early, you're late. Try and be ahead of your team. Try and be ahead of your audience. And one of the reasons I stress this, and you keep hearing me say it, and all the groups will hear me, is because it demonstrates, it shows to your audience that you care, that you're putting in the effort. And between your demonstration of effort and your knowledge of your subject, your expertise, these two things should be able to convey a sense to your audience that this is important, that this is worth listening to, this is worth being engaged in. And oftentimes, the more difficult students will respond to that sort of confidence, that sort of preparation. And so if you're not early, you're late. This holds true in teaching. And I'll give you an example from my personal life again for being on time or being early as opposed to being late. When I was a college student and a student in law school, I loved school. I was learning and getting better at things and learning about the world. And I would get to class early often. And I would see a classroom with a teacher in it and go inside my classroom. And if the teacher was there, I would put my books down and I would sit down and engage with the teacher or engage with the other students who were in the class. But if I came in and that teacher wasn't there and my colleagues weren't there, my fellow classmates, 9 times out of 10, I put my books down and I walked out to the cafeteria or to the water fountain or to the teacher's lounge where I would sit and talk with colleagues. I wouldn't stay in the classroom and get engaged and start breaking the ice for the day's lesson or for the day's materials. And so for me, getting there early, it works in a variety of ways, and including allowing you not only to prep yourself, but to prep your room and your materials. And that's another part of managing yourself, making sure you've got your handouts ready, your resources, making sure you know where in the book or the text that you're going to be teaching from, so you can tell your students where, you have it written on the board perhaps. And this starts with lesson plans. This starts with thinking ahead of time. How much time do I have? How much time do I need? How many students do I have? What material am I covering? Proper preparation does not happen by accident. It happens through planning and through lesson plans. I know a lot of teachers hear the words lesson plans and they cringe. Oh no, my boss wants lesson plans. Well, whenever I ask teachers to do lesson plans, it's usually for them. I think it's a helpful tool. It's your friend. It gives you a map where I will start, where I will go, and where I will end. And it's useful if we get confused, if we get upset, if we get distracted, if we end early, we've run out of material, we need to come up with more things, or if things aren't working. Having a lesson plan provides us options and alternatives. It gives us more tools in our toolbox. So we get to class early. We come with a lesson plan, and we make sure that we know what we're talking about. We're the experts. We're the teachers. Now, this is an important part, because being an expert doesn't mean we're know-it-alls. It doesn't mean we have the only opinion or we have the only right way to do things. You can have two experts who disagree about things, and they need to listen to each other and communicate. So it's okay to be an expert and not be a know-it-all. Sometimes you will get asked questions by students. We all have this. We have the questions that we're not sure about the answer. We have questions that are perhaps socially inappropriate. We have questions that are off topic. We're talking about math and they're talking about the weather. We have students who love to do that. Everyone does. And we have all of these things that happen to us when we're getting questions, and there's ways to handle all of them. I want to talk about that first one. The student who asks us a question and we're in front of an audience or a class and we're not sure how to answer it correctly. It's okay to admit that. It's okay to say that. Now, we can say that artfully. We don't have to say, I don't know, but we can say, that's an excellent question. I need to talk to my colleagues about that. I need to come back to you on that. Or let's talk about that later. I want to work on this right now, and then we'll come back to that. But there's ways of acknowledging that the question is a good one and that you don't have the answer at that time. You're not a know-it-all. You are an expert. And any good expert, especially in law and medicine and other fields where professionals work, do research. If you come to a lawyer or a doctor with a problem, he examines you or examines your set of facts, or she examines them, and then looks up information and gives you an opinion. Well, teaching is the same way. We're professionals. We offer our opinions based on our expertise, but we're not know-it-alls. Another thing that we need to prepare is our appearance, and we need to prepare our body language. Now, I could teach an entire course on body language, and I do, and I hope at some point one of our sessions together will address how we use body language. It's very interesting, and it can be very exciting and fun. But right now, I want to talk about how we can use it in our classrooms. You note that when you see me in these sessions, I'm wearing a shirt and tie. I have my jacket behind me, and I dress this way for all of our online sessions. Why? Because I'm a fashion model? Because I like to look pretty or sharp or handsome? No, the reason I dress the way I do is to show respect to my audience, to show respect to my class, to let people know that I'm taking this seriously. And here's what I want to come to now to conclude this slide. And it's important, it's personal knowledge again and experience that I can share with you. That when it comes to managing a class and students inside a class, you're going to get a very effective presentation from Dr. Lydia about how we manage students. Excuse me. But what I would suggest to you, what I would posit to you, is that when students know that you care. When they see that, you come early, you're dressed properly, you're ready, your materials are ready, you're ahead of them, your whiteboard is ready, your blackboard is ready, your projector, whatever tools you're using, everything is prepared. When students see that, and when they see your commitment, you will win most of those students. The majority of your students will want to participate, will want to learn. And that's when you will have success. And hopefully they will bring along the more reticent or the less involved students to become more engaged and to be there in a positive way. So remember, we can't lead others until we lead ourselves. We can't manage students till we can manage ourselves. Okay, the next part of this that I'd like to discuss is managing a classroom. But before I do, I noticed that two people have their hands raised, and I don't want to ignore people for too long. I apologize. Robbie, is there anything you wanted to add or ask? And Tosigwege, is that how I say it, Tosigwege? Or should I just carry on? All right, I think I'll just carry on, and perhaps you can send me a message in the chat box. So, okay, we've talked about managing ourselves. Now let's talk about managing our classroom or our arena, our audience room, where we're going to be with our audience, whether it's an auditorium, a classroom, a laboratory, an online session. The first thing is where we're at, where we position ourselves, at the front of the class usually, or in the discussion group, somewhere where you can be the leader, where you can be the facilitator of the day's events, whether it's a presentation, an experiment, a meeting, an academic session where you're discussing mathematics or science or a variety of academic concepts. Where we put ourselves and how we position ourselves is very important. Excuse me. Another thing we have to manage is the positioning of our materials, making sure that our books and our pens and our whiteboard and the things that we're going to use as teachers during the course of a lesson or a presentation are where they need to be. When I do my online presentation, you can't see my desk area, but I have papers positioned everywhere that I can look at that help me to get through my presentation. I also have a speaker over to my right, another monitor over to my right. I have all sorts of things positioned to make my job easier. And it's the same with when we're managing a classroom or an audience. If you have a podium, make sure the podium is where you need it, sitting the way you want, the microphone. And again, it's about managing these things and it's about preparing them. If you have a presentation on Thursday, it's a good idea to go check out the room on Wednesday. Now, if you use the same classroom every day, well, that's easy enough to do. You get there early, and each day you check your equipment before you start a lesson. If your projector goes out, you're ready to manage the class without a projector. If suddenly the windows have to be closed because it's noisy outside, you have to be ready to manage the room, the temperature of the room, the lighting, everything. These are the things we have to think about. And it's a good idea if it's an unfamiliar room to get there the day before or the morning before and see what it's like and practice. Because remember, practice makes perfect. And even if it doesn't make perfect, it sure makes us better. And it makes it easier to manage things. So the last thing we need to do when we're positioning is we need to think about our audience. This is particularly important because, again, you're going to be talking with Dr. Lydia about managing student behavior. And I think step number one is managing where they're located, how you seat them. This is particularly true when you're trying to manage groups and you want to get students involved. Perhaps you want to balance students who are grasping material more quickly and more fluidly with learners that are taking more time to absorb concepts and demonstrate their familiarity with what you're teaching. So maybe you mix them. Maybe you have students who are talking too much. So you've got to isolate them or move them, segregate them in some way so that they're not talking together and disrupting your lesson. So positioning is an important part of managing your audience. And we're going to talk about that more to come. Also, number 2 on this page is getting our boards ready, whether it's a whiteboard, whether it is a blackboard, whether it's a portable. But please, again, I hear microphones open right now. Hello? Yes? Hello, could you please mute your microphones? Thank you. If there's one of the teachers out here, I can see right here. Okay, I apologize, everyone. Again, everyone, we should keep our microphones muted. Okay, so yeah, we need to have our boards ready. We need to have our whiteboards ready, our blackboards ready. If we're using screens on a computer, we need to check to make sure that our audience can see our pictures and can see our audio or hear our audio and see our video. So we need to manage the positioning of everything. We need to manage whether or not it's working and what it looks like. If you're going to be using charts and drawing on your board and writing on your board, you need to do it before your class comes in or as quickly as possible after they get in so that your board is ready when you go to teach. It's the same thing with all your equipment and materials. Managing the room goes hand in hand with managing a proper preparation. If your room is ready and you're ready, when your audience comes in, they're going to know it and they're going to feel it. They'll know where they're supposed to sit. There may be materials on their desk for them to look at. There may be things on the board for them to read. You're standing there when they come in to talk to. Good morning, teacher. Good morning, doctor. Good morning, professor. And there's dialogue and you're already breaking the ice and getting things, and you're establishing yourself in front of the room as the leader, as the facilitator, the expert. So we need to manage ourselves. We need to manage our room, and we need to manage our audience. Now, I'm going to turn this over to Dr. Lydia here in about 5 or 10 minutes. But there are some things I'd like to talk about just from my experience perspective. I've been an instructor throughout the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait. I've been in Jordan. I've been in Central America. I've been in Ireland. I've been in the United States. So I have a variety of experiences, but I don't have experience in Africa, at least not yet. I'll be coming, God willing, inshallah. I'll be coming in September to join you, to be working with TELTA and with WECA. But in the meantime, I am here online to share the experience I have from all those other regions, and I'll let Dr. Lydia focus on Tanzania and Africa. But attendance and timeliness can be a real issue for a lot of teachers. Students like to manipulate. They like to take advantage of any chances they can to get a break when it comes to attendance and timeliness. So the first thing I advise is that, again, and this is from, hello, please, if you have, hello, Ignacio, yes?
You're warmly welcome, sir, to Tanzania. As you told us, at September you are going to coming at Tanzania, so you are warmly welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. That was very nice of you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Looking forward to being there. That was kind of you. So yeah, and I appreciate the warm welcome, because we've been waiting a while for me to get there. So thanks, Ignacio. So, but okay, so coming to managing the audience, again, I'm going to defer to Dr. Lydia and you as the experts in this field, because you're the teachers. So there should be some very interesting discussion today among all of you about your teaching experiences and how you manage behavioral issues in a classroom. But I will tell you from my experience for attendance and timeliness, keep it simple. If a student comes in at X time, that's the time they get marked down by the teacher. This is what, again, you have to follow rules that are local and per your school. But I recommend, if I'm in a policy-making position, to the schools, to other entities, that teachers need to focus on teaching and limit the amount of admin that we're making them do. And so I'm very sympathetic. Again, I hear noises in the background. Please, whoever that is, mute your microphone. Thank you. Please. And if any of the other teachers see that someone's not muted, if you could tell me who they are, or let them know, we can mute them. That would be great. Thank you. I noticed. Okay, I apologize. So in any event, attendance and timeliness it's important for teachers to write down the time that a student comes in and the time a student leaves. That's the way I see it. And I think this is a way to keep it simple for our teachers out there. So that's my advice to you managers and to people making policy, is keep it simple for our students and for our teachers. When it comes to phones and devices, again, each area has its own rules and guidelines. But I find that more and more we're using phones in the classroom. So we can't take away phones or tell students to turn them off necessarily. But what we can do is try and manage how they use them and keep them busy with tasks and performance. Excuse me for one moment. I'm going to give co-hosting responsibility to one of my colleagues. Mr. Masuya, you're here to help out. I'm going to give you co-host it. If you could mute whoever that is, please, because there's someone who has their microphone open and it's very distracting. Very distracting.
Okay.
So thanks, brother. Okay, I'm going to get back now. I'll let you look for that.
Do that, brother.
Yeah, I'll let you look for that and I'll get back to.
Thank you.
So
I'll do that.
thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
yeah, we have to try and manage phones and devices. And I think the best way to do that is to get students involved with using those devices, whether it's Padlet, Kahoot, Google Documents or Google products. If we can get them using their devices positively, that'll eliminate some of the friction we have or stress we have from them bringing them into the classroom or interfering with lessons. But again, really, these matters, attendance and timeliness and phones and devices, are handled at the policymaking level. It's our job as teachers inside the classroom to manage them between the students, ourselves, and our bosses or our government, whoever's managing our arrangement. So it's important that we're paying attention to these things. The reason I bring them up is not because I offer you a solution to them, but because you need to be thinking about them when you're planning your lessons, when you're preparing, when you want to do proper preparation. We need to think about, how are we managing attendance and timeliness in the next lesson? How am I managing the phones and devices? Are my students distracted using their devices, or are they engaged using their devices? And these are things that we need to find solutions for and to be discussing with our colleagues. I believe Dr. Lydia, again, will be discussing a lot of the topics related to this today. I'll be ending here shortly so that she can take over. The last one, again, disruptive behavior in delicate situations, inappropriate questions, poor conduct by students. This is a very personal topic. And all I can offer you in terms of experience is that be patient, be persistent, and stay positive. Smile when you can, as often as you can. If you lose your temper or you lose patience with an audience, especially students, high school students, younger students, when they see you lose patience or lose frustration, they see it as funny or a victory, or perhaps even that you're unprofessional. The older they get, they start to look at that critically. When they're younger, they laugh. They think it's funny. We got under the teacher's skin. We distracted them. And I was a student, I know. I grew up to be a teacher, so I really know. But we need to be patient with our colleagues, with our students, our audience, with ourselves when we're managing behavioral and delicate situations. We need to remember that experts can disagree. Experienced people can disagree. We can disagree and still be courteous and be nice and kind to each other and with our audiences. We have to have a good sense of humor. And even when our students act crazy and get out of control, we cannot lose control. The moment we do what he did there, we've lost. Now, we're not going to make our students cry, hopefully. Hopefully, they're not that young. But the point is, we have to lead by example. And so we have to be patient. We have to be persistent. And we have to keep trying. If at first you don't succeed, keep trying. I will part with this last piece of information before I turn it over to Dr. Lydia. And that's these two things. Number one, as teachers, we have lessons often. As speakers, we speak often. On any day, we can have a really great lesson, or we can have a really difficult lesson. And when they're done, they're done. Don't get too high on your good lessons, Don't get too low on your bad lessons. Look back on them, learn what you can from them, get what you can. If you're learning from them, get a laugh and move on. What we're doing is not life and death. We're teaching and learning, and we should be having fun. So that's number one. Don't get too high or too low on what we do. And then the last thing that I'll part with today is that it's important that we be persistent. We be patient. We keep coming. We keep coming. We keep coming. When something doesn't work in the classroom, we have something else to try. We don't run out of things to try. We don't run out of tools to use, and we don't give up. That's all. We're persistent. So that's it. Be persistent, be of good humor. And Dr. Lydia, are you out there anywhere? Would you like to join us? Hello, Dr. Lydia. Is that you?
Yes, I'm here already.
Wonderful. Let me make you a co-host. And I apologize for keeping you waiting too long.
Okay, thank you.
And I'll turn the floor over to you now. Thank you, everyone. All the best. I'll be here watching.
Okay. Thank you. Hello? Hello, everyone.
Yes, we hear you.
Yes, we can hear you. You can continue from there.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, hello, madam.
Okay, thank you. Good evening.
Afternoon, Dr. Lydia.
Good evening too.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now let's start our lesson on classroom management. Classroom management. Let me share the screen. Okay. Okay, I've already shared the screen. Can you see it? Can you see the screen?
Yes, we see it.
Yes, we see it. Yes, we can see it.
Yeah, thank you. We are going to learn about classroom management, and the objectives of this session. All the participants will discuss the common students' misbehavior observed in their classes. And the second objective, participants will also share the common causes of misbehaviors in the classroom. And then also we will share on how to overcome these challenges. So those three are the main objectives or the goals of this session. You are welcome. Yeah, let's go to the starter. As per this session, we are sharing. I want to share with you these questions, and everyone will give us on how does he or she thinks about these questions. Question number one is who manages?
Hello, Dr. Lydia.
Hello.
Can you please put a slideshow?
Okay. Yeah. Let me first copy this. Okay, can you see them well now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so the first one is who manages the class? And the second question is what is managing in class? The third one is how do students know when you are ready to begin? And then you will come up with the definition of classroom management. So let's answer in our chat box. We are going to use only 3 to 5 minutes on answering this. I will select one to give us the answers, and as well as I will read a few on the chat box. So we can answer this in our chat box. Yeah, who manages the class? What is managing in the class? And then how do students know when you are ready to start? And then we come up with the definition of classroom management. Yeah, we are using only 5 minutes. You are welcome. Okay. Teacher is the one who manages the class. Teacher manages the class. Okay. Yes, Manya says that the teacher is one managing the class. Others, the teacher. Okay. I Maganga, what is managing? The teacher manages the class. Okay, the teacher is the one managing the class. Okay, managing classes. Yeah. It is the teacher who manages the class by Lucas. Okay, as okay, thank you for the contribution. Okay, now let's come up with the definition of classroom management. Many have said that teacher manages the class. Only the teacher is the one managing the class. Okay. Is there anyone who has a different suggestion or different answer? The teacher only.
Should manage.
What about the students? Are they not involved in managing the class? Hello?
Hello, let me say, the students are the one who are managed by the teacher.
Okay, students are one managed by the teacher. Okay, thank you. Okay, okay, yeah, good. As Alexander said that both the teacher and students are responsible for classroom management. Okay, the teacher is the one manages the class, and what is managing each and everything within the classroom. That's what we can say. But okay, let's come up with the definition of classroom management. What is classroom management? What is classroom management? Classroom management. We have 1 minute left. What is
Hello?
classroom management?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, class management, it is the proper way of teacher and the student conducting the lesson from the beginning up to the last. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. Thank you.
Works there.
As far as response says that classroom management is the full control and the supervision of all activities. Let's add it in the class. Okay, thank you. Anne say that the classroom management is how a person controls the classroom. Control the classroom. Yes. Thank you. Okay, and now let's see on in general what is classroom management. As all that you have said that classroom management, please release this one so that I can continue with another slide. Yes. Yeah, when we're talking about classroom management, we consider all the teacher as well as the students and what is being done in a classroom. Please help, please. I cannot go to another slide. Can you help there? Hello? Hello?
Yes,
Hi, Dr.
Doctor.
Lydia. I'm trying to help you move the slide. It doesn't seem to be going. Let me see what I can do here.
Yes. Maybe she needs to press anywhere in the slides. Just to press once anywhere in the slide, then you press move with the arrows.
That thing is going. I don't know. Okay.
Or maybe you stop sharing, then you start sharing again.
Okay.
Press any, okay.
Yeah, so now just start sharing again from that slide.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. In general, that we can say that classroom management is what you do as a teacher with your students to promote positive learning. Not only just to control the class, but what you need to know is to make sure that we have positive learning and to make learning more efficient. That means we'll be organizing time transitions on how to put activities in what we are teaching, or when to describe the lesson, when to demonstrate, when to involve the students so as they can incorporate in their own learning and also give the inputs and even the materials in class. So all of these things that are being done in class is what we call classroom management with both the teacher as well as the students. Okay, now we have this. Yes. Yeah, we have to brainstorm now, as we have seen that there is a classroom and we are controlling the behavior. Okay, but sometimes students do misbehavior while they are in class. So first of all, what is misbehavior? As we have seen on our objectives, that we are talking about misbehaviors that are being done in class and even how to overcome them. Now we have to brainstorm this. What do you do when students misbehave? And as per this one, please, everyone should be honest with the answers. What do you do when your students do misbehave in your class? And also we have everyone to list any classroom misbehavior that I've encountered in the classroom when one is teaching. And another more thing is to list the possible causes of those misbehaviors, as well as to list the ways to overcome them. Now, let's go to break rooms so that we can discuss this. Mr. Ayubu, can you help us to go to break room so as we can discuss?
I'm ready. I'm ready here. I am ready and I'm going to the breakout rooms. Go to copy, yes, copy it. Go and paste it in the chat room.
Yes.
Paste the question in the chat room.
Yes.
Yes, just go to the chat room, then paste that question. Did you manage?
Yes, I've pasted them. Let me send them. Send to everyone.
The chat room.
I've already sent them. Have you seen them?
Okay. Okay.
Have you seen them?
No, doctor, they are not here.
No, you did not. Can you paste it again? Yeah, just go to the, if you left click at the place for writing, you left click, you'll paste it.
Yes, I've already pasted them and I'm sending them to everyone in our meeting.
It's not there.
Is there any
It's
other
not-
option of sending? I've sent it to everyone. Is there any other option?
Okay. Okay, sure. So we are going to the breakout rooms and the question is there. What is misbehavior? What do you do when students misbehave? Be honest with your answer. Yes, be very honest. If you use the stick, just be honest with us. List any classroom misbehavior you have encountered in your classroom while teaching. List possible causes of that misbehavior. List possible ways to reverse or rectify the misbehavior. Now we are going to the breakout rooms and make sure that you accept. You'll get a message in your one that requests you to go for a breakout room, and just press OK. Are you ready? Let's go for the breakout rooms. 3, 2, 1. Go.
Are you? Before we go, the questions are not in the chat box. So the other solution is
I'll
for people
send
to
it. I'll
screenshot.
send there. I'll send it.
I wanted people to screenshot.
So if you can hear me, it's because you did not press, you not join the room. But if you join the room, you will not be able to hear me while I'm speaking here. So please go to your breakout rooms. There is something pop up in on your screen and press OK. That's what you do. Please join the rooms.
I will read names. Very good. Yes, thank you. Okay.
Yeah, I can see room 5. They already, all of them are there.
Frank Manguia, please join. Lucas,
rooms.
please join. Manya,
Join the room,
please
please.
join.
17 people have not yet. Please join the room.
Ayub, I will read through names now. Manya Solisi, you have not joined the group. We will assign you to group 3. Please join group 3 now. Okay. Cosmas, please join group 2. Manya Solisi, please join group 1. Okay. Very good. Everyone else, let's keep looking. Pamela Noel, please join group 3. We're waiting for you to join group 3, please. Pamela and Rashid, both of you need to join group 3, please. Rashid Saloom and Pamela Noel. I hope I'm saying the names correctly. Please join group 3. Michael Sangha, please join group 4. Michael Sangha, please join group 4. We still don't have Pamela and Rashid. Very good. Rashid has joined. Pamela, please join group 3. Okay. Firaha Watson, please join room 5. Firaha Watson, please join room 5. Kasim Makalani, please join room 6. Kasim, please join room 6. Kasim, please join room 6. Faraha, please join room 5. They're waiting for you. Please join your groups. Pamela, is there a reason you're not joining your group? Are you there? Pamela, are you there? Is there a reason you have not joined your group? Please join. Kasim, please join your group.
Let me assign them again.
Thank you, Ayub. Thank you very much. Michael Songa, also, you should be in a group. All of you should be in groups by now. There should be no one here except coordinators and myself.
Let me assign them again.
Thank you very much, Mr. Captain. It's good to have you here.
Yes, group 1 is full, group 2 is full, group 3 is complete, group 4, Furaha have not joined. Group 5, I am missing 2 people, Michael and they're not joining. Group not joined. So group 5 and 6.
Okay, Michael Songa, please join your group. Pamela, please join your group. And Kasim, please join your group. All 3 should be in your groups. If not, please respond and tell us why you're not joining. Are you there? Pamela, are you there? Okay, doesn't sound like you're there. All right, anyone taking attendance should take note of this, please. Michael Songa, are you there? If you can unmute, tell us and let us know why you're not joining your group, please. Furaha. Well,
This is the moment whereby someone join the group and then or join the session, put the phone aside and continue. That's
why I think the people taking attendance, I'm sorry to say, that those who aren't answering us right now or joining groups, we should note that they're not present at this time. And then I'll let you guys figure out how you want to deal with that administratively. So, but again, we've been asking repeatedly. Yeah.
Ayub, the questions. We don't have the questions in the rooms.
Thank you, Irene. Thanks, Irene.
Irene, do you have the slides? Messi, do you have these slides with you? I'm looking them here. I'm trying to find these slides right now, very quick, and I cannot, oh man. The slides so that we can copy paste, you know. I thought Doctor would copy paste.
Let me try and find her slides on my computer. I can do that real quickly. Give me a moment. Give me one moment, brother. Okie doke. Let me try and share it right now with you.
I just want to copy paste
let me see what I can do here, brother. There we go. Share screen. And let's get it up there. Which slide do you need, sir?
The slide is a question on behavior. Go forward. No, before the scenario, go back. Back. Oh no, go forward.
This one?
Yes, this one here. Yes, this one.
Okay.
Not the top one. Before the scenario.
Okay, let me go back one. This one. Okay.
This one, brainstorm. I want you to copy and send it to the chat box. I'll get it from the chat box.
Just this slide?
Yeah, just copy the down there from what is misbehavior. Just press here in what is misbehavior. Not the whole side, just words only. Yes, good. Yeah, that's good. Copy.
Hold on, let me get to my screen. Let me stop sharing.
Then paste in the chat room.
There we go.
Yeah, sure. Paste it in the chat room.
Okay, is that everything? Do you have it?
No, I haven't. Okay. Yes, now I have it.
Okay, very good.
Select. Oh, no. Now I will copy. I have it. And then I'm going to copy. Then I'll broadcast it to all the teachers. I have sent it to all of them. So in every group, we'll get the yeah, let me join the room.
I did that inadvertently, Ayub. I was just reassigning everyone who hasn't signed into a room. Again, everyone who's here who can hear me, you should be in a breakout room right now, unless you're on the administrative team. So Michael Songa, Asa Paul, Raymond Chua, Ignacio, Theopista, all of you should be in breakout rooms now, please. Please go back to your rooms. Abel, Delilah, thank you, everyone. Please rejoin your breakout rooms until we're done. Thanks.
Kabadilishe nguo mara hujavua.
Hello?
Hello, we are
Hello.
together, madam.
Okay,
Yes,
let's
yes, Doctor.
continue with the main session. Can I have the first group to tell us on the kinds of misbehavior that the students do in the classroom? First group, one member can tell us, the first group, the kinds of misbehavior that the students do commit in the classroom. Which are they? Okay, or maybe who is ready that can tell us, you can raise your hand.
Sorry, madam, can you repeat the?
Yeah, the kind of misbehavior that the students do perform in class. Yeah, as for the second question, that lists the kinds of misbehavior that you have encountered in class. Hello?
Yeah, can I say something? Can I?
Okay.
The kind of misbehaving.
Misbehavior that the students do commit in class. Okay, Leah is waiting. Leah, can you talk to us, Leah?
Thank you very much, Doctor. In our group, we discussed that the common misbehavior which happens in most of the classes during our lessons are students speaking without permission, talking to each other. Another one was moving around without permission. Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear very well. Thank you.
And the last one was writing other things apart from the ones which you are teaching. That's it, what we observed in our group.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Madam Leah. Thank you. Let's go to the another question, that is the possible causes of misbehavior. Possible causes of misbehavior. Richard Salum, you have something to tell us. You are welcome. Richard Salum. Richard Salum.
Yeah.
Yes, you are welcome. The possible causes of misbehavior.
On my side, based on our group, we say that most common causes of misbehavior is peer resistance. When students sit together, those who are known each other and make fun of themselves, that can cause misbehavior. For example, if two friends which are so close sit together, they can cause maybe murmuring, they can cause laugh, with the laugh which is prohibited in the class while teacher presenting or while teacher teaching. That's based on our group.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, let's go to the last question, that is possible ways to overcome these misbehaviors. Possible ways to overcome the misbehaviors. Who is ready to tell us? Okay, Cosmas. Cosmas. Possible ways to overcome those misbehaviors.
Okay, thank you. On my side, possible ways to overcome misbehavior in the class. First is to raise the interest of what you are teaching, and also to make sure that you make the all students are active in learning and listening what you are teaching.
Okay, can you just tell us on how are you going to raise the interest? How?
Things which you can make raising interest to every student is to use things, examples or materials which touch them. For example, using environments which attract them in learning, or examples which are real to them.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, in general, let me sum up this one. You can go to another scenario that many of the teachers have discussed it very well, and they have come up with many things that students do in the classes, as we have mentioned them some. And in the way on how to overcome those things, some also have mentioned that you can tell a student to stand up for a while, so as can put himself or herself together, and even you can apply eye contact to a student that is misbehaving. Now the students can realize that he is committing something that they can stop, and also knowing your students is also a good thing that can help in managing the class. Since you know your students, you know who's a troublemaker, who is very intelligent, who is so, and the students, when they know that you know your students, they will not misbehave. Even you should know them as per the names. Yeah, and also being attentive in a class. If you know them, they will be attentive and they will be serious in class. Yeah. Now let's go to another thing. That these are scenarios now. I think you can see the scenarios. Yeah, now we have two scenarios. Yes, scenario number one is that you have 80 students in your class. And
Hello, doctor.
Yes, hello.
Can you share your screen so that we see the scenarios?
Oh, I haven't shared. Okay. Scenarios. Okay, I've already shared them. Yeah, those are the scenarios. Have you seen them?
Yes,
Hello?
thank you. Yes,
Okay,
thank you.
Yeah, yes, you have 80 students in your classroom, and then 10 out of them are very quiet. They do not do any activity in the class. They are just quiet. Even if you ask the questions to the class, they do not answer. So how do you plan to involve them in their learning and to make sure that their needs are being met? That is scenario number one. Scenario number two, some of your students have no books and they did not come with pens and pencils, and also you have no technology. How will you encourage these students to prepare, to equip with the materials needed in the class so as to maximize the learning? How do you intend to cope with it? Those are the two scenarios, and I wish if Mr. Msuya is around, can put us into group, or Irene.
Ayub and Matthew are the ones who are hosts, so they can do that.
Who?
Ayub?
Okay.
Yes, we are
He
going
has
to the
already
room.
done it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
We have a lot of people who do not go to the groups, so I wonder if they are present or not present. Please press OK in your phone so that you can join up the group and run the discussion. Matthew,
And those who
if you
join,
can
they don't
do the
speak.
same, copy paste. Matthew, if you can copy paste and send it, to be good.
I will do what I can. Can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, I can hear you, brother.
All right, is this the one that we want right here?
Yeah, let me see.
Let me get it
The
for
one with the scenarios.
80 students.
The two scenarios. Yes, so copy, send it to the chat room.
I'm trying to do that right now, sir. Give me 5 seconds and I will do it.
It's okay.
Thank you. Chat room. To everyone. Okay, it's been sent to everyone, Mr. Masuya. Okay, let me see who's not in meeting rooms here. Kasim. Are you there, Kasim? Can you respond, please? Hello, Kasim. This is the second breakout room you are not attending. If we don't hear from you, I think we need to, well, we'll figure it out. Trustfree, is there a reason why you're not joining a breakout room? Trustfree, are you there? Trustfree Mavula. Please join a breakout room if you can. Everyone should be in breakout rooms, except for managers and coordinators. So.
Matthew, I think it's the same people who did not join the first breakout rooms.
It sure looks like it, doesn't it, Captain? Yes.
The same. Yeah. We have Hanifa, Kasim, and Tresfori.
Yes.
People who did not join the first breakout.
I'll let you guys deal with that administratively.
So it
I'll
looks
stay out
like
of it.
they just logged in and don't know what happened to them.
Yeah, they're not with us, that's for sure.
Yeah,
So let's hope everything's okay.
They're not with us at all.
So, but in any event, it seems to be working well today. Everyone seems to be going into the rooms for the most part quickly now.
Yes, and
so.
I have been following. Did you see the breakout rooms?
Yes, I did. I'm able to see them. I'm able to see who's in them. Yeah, I'm able to see who's in group one, group two. Yeah.
Okay, that is to say, in their room 3, there are 5. We can join. You can press join. I always join and see. Tresfori Mvula, I see you unmute. Tresfori?
Yeah, how are you?
Why is it that you don't join your room?
Okay. So now I was just trying to do it. No, I didn't play. It was not playing on the screen.
Just join the room, my friend. Hanifa and Kasim. Hanifa and Kasim, are you here? Hanifa. Hanifa and Kasim. Tresfori, do you know how to join the? You just press OK. You find something will pop up in your screen saying join room 5. Then press join. Then join. Kasim. Tresfori Mvula, can you join the group? Kasim Makalani, and Hanifa Zaifon. It's okay. Let's say that even Kasim doesn't know, but it's easy. Just press OK. Oh, Mvula is gone. Let's see Kasim and Hanifa. Okay, let me join. Matthew, I'm joining one of the room to hear what they are discussing.
Okay, brother, I'm here. I'm right here.
Hello? Hello?
Hi, Dr.
Hello.
Lydia.
We hear.
We hear
Okay,
you.
thank you. We are back now. Let's share together what we have discussed into our rooms. At least, okay, okay, Kasim Makalani, can you share with us what you have discussed in your group on the first scenario? What would you do? Kasim?
I'm afraid Kasim was unable to join his group, Dr. Lydia, so we'll have to ask someone else.
Okay, Stanley Kivike. Stanley Kivike.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, you are welcome.
Okay, yeah, to our group,
Yes.
we have discussed that we can, for those students who are quiet, that they are not sharing their views to other students, we can group them into groups with those first learners who can contribute and they can discuss it. And we have to tell them every student should present what they have discussed in their groups, should present their classroom. This will make them to speak in front of the students, in front of the teacher. Also, we can give them priority in the classroom during the lesson by telling them to sit in front of the class and mentioning them frequently. That is, stand up, tell us what do you know about this one. Every time, this will make them active in the classroom and they will make them practice. They will become perfect.
Okay, thank you for sharing. Thank you very much. I have Lucas Matovo here. Lucas Matovo on the second scenario. Can you share with us? Lucas? Lucas?
Yes.
Okay, share with us on the second scenario that half of your students will not come with the pencils and pens and you have no technology. What are you going to do?
I think what should be done first is to find out why they are not coming with a pencil and with the books. Because if they have and they don't come with them, that is something else. But if they don't come with the books because they don't have, it means now a teacher might find a way to give them books, whether it's by buying or photocopying or something like that. But with the first thing that I said, if they have books and they don't want to come with them, then one has to find a way of giving them tasks that will make them to bring their books and even the pencil to class whenever that they come.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for contribution. Thank you very much. Cosmas Patrick. Cosmas Patrick, can you share with us on what you have discussed on in your groups? Cosmas?
Thank you.
Okay, you're
In
welcome.
our group, we have discussed such a thing like that somebody has said. We said we have discussed that it is better to follow them directly, asking why they are in such a situation and why they don't have books.
Yes.
And then after that, you come with the solution concerning their problem.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now as I can see, our time is almost up. Thank you for contribution. People have discussed and they have given a lot of contribution, and some of them are also like you can formulate also the classroom rules that will help in guiding the session, and as well as if you can also command them to speak out if they do not want to speak for those silent students, etc. So all in all, thank you all that you have contributed and participated very well. And the other more tips on classroom management will be discussed and presented on the next session. Thank you very much. The time is up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Dr. Lydia, thank you very, very much. And thank all of our colleagues as well. I want to thank you all for your participation and your effort today, especially in the breakout groups and in the discussions afterwards.
Thank you.
They're very, very interesting. So thank you all, especially for your time. Now I would ask everyone at this time, turn on your cameras if you can, and let's do our traditional wave goodbye to everyone. Thank you all for coming. That's it. I love to see smiles. Thank you, Eward, Ignacio, Asa, all of you. Tosigwege, thank you. Yeah, well, I'm trying to say the names correctly. I'm doing my best.
We are happy to see you. Happy to be in
Cosmas.
the session. We enjoyed and learned
Robbie.
a lot.
Yeah, thank you all, really. Again, I say this every time we meet, but I want everyone to know this. I value your time. I know you're professionals. I know you're taking time out, particularly many of you during Ramadan are making extra time and effort for this. So I appreciate that and I respect that, okay, all of you. And bless you and good luck to you in your work. And we will see you again for the next session soon. My turn to wave goodbye now to everyone. Thank you all. Dr. Lydia, again, thank you so much. Ayub, thank you. Everyone, bye-bye, everyone.
Nice day. We
Okay,
appreciate.
bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Stay safe, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.